The ground is very hostile to President Ruto in Mount Kenya. All indications say that the ground is very hostile to the president in Mount Kenya. Why am I saying this? There's a lot of people emerging and leaders saying, and there's a deliberate, okay, there are so many efforts that are being done to make sure that President Ruto's tour becomes successful. But besides that, there's a lot of video emerging of people calling the president, telling him to come to do whatever he wants to do and go away and nini. Even the leaders are saying nini. But before I get into all the details, if you are new to this platform and you're coming here for the first time, kindly take a second to subscribe and to hit the notification bell, so that anytime I post a video, you will always be the first to watch. So I'll give you a second to do that. Na kama kawaida, I'll be back. Thank you everyone who has subscribed. So, as I was saying, that the president and the president's team are doing everything to make sure that the tour of Mount Kenya becomes a success. There was even a recent meeting whereby yesterday they just deliberated and they met leaders and they even took a photo, as you can see here. But the ground manze, ni kama the ground imekuwa so much hostile. So I just want you to listen to this guy speaking, and then you listen to the this Wamushomba, the member of parliament for I can't remember, but listen to this and then kawaida I'll be back.
Mheshimiwa Rais William Ruto, nasikia unakuja Mount Kenya. Kuja mkubwa. Ukuja upande juu ya gari ubweke. Juu hiyo tunasikia kama ni kubweka unabweka. Ukichoka kubweka, upande magari zako urudishe Kiere Nairobi. Ya pili, usikuje na less than 5,000 shillings each. Kila mtu ni 5,555.
Ati Ruto wewe anakuja huku maseni through. Huku kwetu seni through. Kukuja kudanganya sisi, ukikuja kutuambia sasa umekuja kudanganya sisi. Kama huku unakuja, sisi tujui wewe ni kitu baya. Ile kasi mzuri ukuja utupongeze ni kufukuza Gachagua. Hiyo ndio ile kasi mzuri umefanya huku maseni through. Na kuua watoto wetu. Usikuja kutuambia utatujengea ama utatufanyia nini. Kuja utuambie nani aliua watoto. Kuja utuambie kwa nini ulifukuza Gachagua.
Tafadhali bwana rais, usikuja hapa na wezi. Siku umezunguka Nairobi hapa, ulifuata nyuma na wezi kama ngiri moja. Wakapora watu masimu. Wakapora watu makamera, the content creators, the media fraternity, wale ambao walikuwa nakufuata wakapora makamera. Watu wa magari kwa barabara wakavujua side mirror, wakapora vitu. Watu wa maduka vitu zao zilikuwa zinapora mchana wazi bwana William Ruto. Sisi tunakuomba kama jamii ya Mlima Kenya, usikuja hapa na wezi. Hatutaki kuibiwa, hatutaki kuporwa tafadhali. Kitu kingine niambia watu wetu hapa. Na mimi nawaambia kama mtoto wenu. Mvua imemwagika, ni wakati wa kulima, ni wakati wa kupanda. Tafadhali siku William Ruto anakuja hapa, endeni shambani mkalime. Endeni shambani mkapande. Endeni mkapalilie. Wale ambao ni wa biashara, endeni kazi zenu. Tafadhali mwachie William Ruto kazi yake ya kuzunguka juu ya magari hapa akichaka akijiongelesha peke yake. Akimaliza tour ya Mlima Kenya, kama kuna kitu ataona anafaa kufanya atafanya, na kama hakuna kitu atafanya atarudi kwake baadaye. Lakini jamii yangu na wasii naomba kama mtoto wenu tafadhali, msijaribu kupatia William Ruto audience akikuja hapa.
I expect that President Ruto will face a lot of resistance. That I can tell you. Many are the people who are not going to come out. By the way, even this morning I stopped at Githurai. You know that place where there is normally some traffic. Yeah. I lowered my window and I said hi to my kangas there, you know, the conductors. And they're telling me, tell Kasongo asikuja hapa Githurai. That is actually what they told me. Tell Kasongo asikuja hapa Githurai. Nikamuliza kwa nini? Si alitudanganya. He lied to us. So I don't know how he's going to back his tour, but we are also very worried if he's going to behave the way he behaved in Nairobi and moved with a lot of guns around him, people who are mugging others, people who are beating others, stealing from others. I don't think the mountain people are going to even accept that. They will stay at home.
Yes, so you can listen to those people. Umesikia vile watu wameongea and everything. So the ground is very hostile to the president. And in Kama, Gachagua has succeeded in making sure that he has made sure that lock out the president out of Mount Kenya completely. So I don't know if the tour will happen or not. That one I can't speak so much. But it seems like the president ataenda and the reception might just not be what he expects. But of course, the way politics is played in this country, I know money is going to be poured. I know people are going to be bought. You remember, you can see that guy saying that akuje na 5,500 kwa kila mtu. Inamaanisha anyone who is going to go to those rallies and everything the president will just be there for the money. Majority will be there for the money, but deep down in their heart, those people left UDA kitambo. But now, what is the political future of Mount Kenya? Because I feel like the way Mount Kenya, for the first time Mount Kenya are confused. Because it is very clear that there is no future for Mount Kenya if they go with Gachagua. Gachagua has no plan. Gachagua has no future for them. That is the reality. Gachagua has no future for them. Gachagua is just pushing politics. Is just bitter with Ruto and what Ruto alimfanyia. That is the bitterness that is expressing. This is not a man who has a clear picture of where he wants to take the community. And you can hear in one of the Nini Wamushomba saying clearly that he has not agreed with Gashagua's style of politics. And even right now, he just supported Gachagua because he feels like whatever they did to him was not justified in terms of impeaching him. So this is a leader that even the people who follow him, they don't follow him because out of love. They just follow him because, number one, he got sympathy from the people in Mount Kenya after he was impeached, and people felt like now we need to listen to this guy. So what is the future of Mount Kenya in terms of where are they heading? Because it seems like they are being isolated by every other community and they remain alone. I really doubt, because Gachagua is really looking at bringing the Kalonzo on fold and the Kamba people to be together. Will that work? I don't think. In my own opinion, I don't think. So what is the future of Mount Kenya in terms of their political future? Because as much as they're being told, as much as they have been told to stay united and everything, ask yourself why. Have the people from Mount Kenya ever been divided? They have never been divided. They have always voted in one place together. But right now there's that clarion call, let's stick together, let's stick together. Is it that this unity is now being breaking up, or what? What is it that is not working? And you can see clearly that there's a section of leaders that are still stuck with Ruto, and there are sections that are moving to Gachagua. And this thing started in 2022 when there was a section that stuck with Uhuru, and there's a section that moved away from Uhuru. So there is a deliberate effort to make sure that they keep on dividing Mount Kenya. And I feel like, in my own assessment, I feel like this division will work. At some point, I feel like it will work. That the same way the Western people have always been divided, there's a deliberate effort to make sure that the people from Mount Kenya don't vote in one basket. That they have this set of leadership from, like, they can vote this, vote this side, vote this side. I don't think, and I said it in another video, I don't think that Gachagua has the energy and the machinery to make sure that he sustains this fight against Ruto to the end. Because there's no alternative he's offering to the people in Central. Besides just telling them that this government is not working for them, he's not giving them new solutions. He's not giving them a clear picture of where they need to go as a community. Because for you to take people from somewhere, for people to see you, to perceive you as a strong leader, they must have a vision. You must have a vision of where you are taking them. The picture has to be very clear that, hey, my people, this is where I'm taking you. This is where we are heading. So Gachagua is doing everything to make sure that he locks the president out of Mount Kenya. But as you hear him speak and everything, you can't see that future, that picture, where a clear picture of where he's taking the people. And if you notice, his energy has reduced. Right now he's not so, because when he was impeached, he was every day, at least he was on the news. He was speaking here, he was speaking there, he was speaking there, he was meeting people, doing all these delegations, they are coming to see him. But you see those things recently, they have reduced. They have reduced. Why? Because also leaders, when they go to Wamunyoro and they speak to Gachagua, they are not just going there to just speak to him. Remember, some of these things are even sent with the government themselves. You can even find Ruto has sent his own people to go and visit Gachagua. They go talk to him so that they gauge him. So when people go there, they listen to Gachagua speak. They gauge him. Wanaangalia mse anaongea aje. Is this someone that can take us anywhere? Is this someone that we can rely on? Is it a leader that has a clear vision? Is it a leader that is what they do? And once they leave those meetings, they live with their own opinion. And maybe some have realized that, no, this guy is taking us nowhere. So there's no need of us going to see him. So he's losing the ground With time you find like he will just become a leader, but technically the community like cannot really like rally behind him 100%, because after his bitterness with the president after he was impeached, what next? That's what a community will always ask. What next? What next? So there's a clarion call to make sure that the people of Mount Kenya will be united, and there's also a deliberate effort to make sure that these people do not, that like they lock the president out of Mount Kenya. I think that is the main agenda of Gachagua. Gachagua is its main agenda in all this, and his main goal is to make sure that the president doesn't get any vote from Mount Kenya. But now, if he doesn't get those votes from Mount Kenya, which is okay, the president can decide it's gone, it's gone. But now ask yourself, after that, where do you plan to take the community? Because the community might not vote for Gachagua, but might be out in the next might not be in the next government. So the community also has to think of all these things. You get? And that's why he, as much as Gachagua is a leader and everything, he must show people that he's willing to work with other people. He must be seen to be working with other community. He must be seen to be seeking hands to work with other people. Because it is very, very important. You get? It is very, 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 very important. Otherwise, akibaki hivyo vile amebaki, I don't know what will nini. But the truth of the matter is, as far as it stands now, Gachagua has the ground. Gachagua has a bigger support, a bigger say in Mount Kenya. But for if that will continue, that is a matter of wait and see. For me personally, I doubt. I think the energy that he started with, I think the energy is slowly dwindling, and I think by mid next year, I think we'll be talking of a different language in Mount Kenya. I feel it so much. We'll be speaking a different language in Mount Kenya. The influence, I don't think Gachagua has the energy, the machinery, and the resources to fight the president. I don't think. And being the president, this is a person who has been in politics for a very long time. So akona experience. So he must just be seeing you running around and just lets you do your thing. And then when he decides to now hit the ground and to deal with you, then you might not just stand. You get? So it's a wait and see. But personally, I don't feel like he has that energy to continue. So the president is planning to do his tour in Mount Kenya. It's a wait and see. Personally, I don't think there'll be any excitement around it. But people will be mobilized, money will be used kama kawaida. That is okay. That's what happened in Kenyan politics. But in terms of outcome, what the president tends to achieve, I don't think he will achieve it, unless the president's intention is what I said earlier. Unless the president's intention is to make sure that he divides the Mount Kenya East from the Mount Kenya West, so that if he's not going to get those votes, then he scatter those votes. That is politics. I told you that politics is a game. Politics is a game of numbers. Politics is in an art. So the president is just playing politics, and let's see how it turns out. Anyway, guys, thank you. If you have watched this video until the end, my name is the African Updater. Kindly always make sure that you watch the videos and you share as much as possible. And if you have anything you need to say, please say it in the comment section. And as always, say, try as much as possible to remain respectful. Do not insult anyone. Do not be any abusive. We want to create a safe space for everyone. You can come and share your opinion. Remember, sharing your opinion doesn't mean you are always right, and sharing your opinion doesn't mean you are always wrong. In politics, no one is always right and no one is always wrong. This is a game, and in this game, any rule apply as long as it doesn't harm anyone. Unaelewa? So thank you, until next time.